You can't change him, so stop trying. Regardless of how spectacular your mate may appear, no one is always great. This may appear to be a conspicuous assertion, however, it is one we regularly need to help ourselves to remember. When we first start seeing someone, it's not difficult to worship them. The start of a relationship can be a lot of fun that it's difficult to recall that your lover will have blemishes. Failing to remember that your lover is flawed, however, can be risky. It makes it difficult to keep your assumptions on a reasonable level. Regardless of how well you get along, there will be times when you oppose this idea. You'll additionally encounter times when your partner will not comprehend your side of things. Never expect that your lover can guess what you might be thinking. Communication is the way to keeping things sensible and utilitarian. Ensure that you see each other when you're talking. At the point when you acknowledge that you will not generally agree with one another, however, you'll respect one another, you're making a major stride. Keep in mind, individuals don't change what their identity is. They may develop and advance, yet their character remains. By the age of 20, most of us have built up our full set of faith-based expectations, qualities, and characteristics. By accepting that you can transform somebody, your relationship will be doomed from the beginning all along. Consider the big picture. You're expecting a sensational change from your lover that you'd never at any point consider taking on for yourself. This is essentially uncalled for by your partner. By doing this, you're basically getting the relationship off to a very bad start. In the event that this is the state of affairs, it will never work. Since individuals don't transform, it is your obligation to yourself and your expected lover to be reasonable. Assemble strong dating abilities that will assist you with screening. You'll have to search for individuals that you will not want to change. Assuming an individual is compatible from the beginning, the chances are that this individual will stay compatible later on. Remember that compatible doesn't mean awesome. It simply implies that the individual has attributes you appreciate and that you don't want to change. By remembering this, you'll be substantially more sensible when you date and will be a lot more attractive. You'll end up in more joyful associations, and your assumptions will be more attainable. You'll likewise find that it's a lot more joyful with individuals you pick. The pressure is a lot less when you acknowledge individuals for what their identity is, and you don't need to rebuild them. You are haunted by partners past. One thing that regularly occurs, particularly toward the start of another relationship, is that you are spooked by a past relationship with your ex. It can happen gradually and be extremely inconspicuous, or it can hit you like a cargo train. In any case, it is disrupting. Truthfully, I can't think of many things that stink more than thinking you are finally over your ex and ready to move on and meet someone great, then wham, there it is. You find yourself remembering all the good times you and your ex used to have. Right, when you think you are prepared to proceed onward, you will, once more, discover you are spooked by your past with your former lover. Yet, what to do if that occurs? Or on the other hand, how could you ensure that it won't ever happen? Indeed, frankly, I don't know how you at any point can ensure that it won't ever occur. I figure everything we can manage is to recognize that it is a chance and attempt to keep it from occurring, however much could be expected. Be that as it may, you might be wondering, how would you be able to deal with it to ensure it will not occur or possibly limit the odds that it will? Here are a few hints that may assist you with reducing the opportunity of these phantoms from past relationship frequenting your current relationship. 1. The first is to be as fair with yourself as could really be expected and ensure that you truly are over your exes. At this stage, you may have the most exceedingly terrible memories of past torment, and you might be prepared to begin to live once more. That can be an interesting time, however, on the grounds that when you get to this point where you actually may not be prepared, yet you might need to be prepared, so you fool yourself that you are. One great way to honestly determine if you are ready to start dating is to ask your friends. Ask them for their totally honest opinion. They will pick up on all the times you still talk about your ex or other hints that you may drop that indicate you really aren't over your ex and ready to date again. These things may not be as clear to you as they are to your loved ones, so that is the place where you should begin. 2. How regularly do you actually think about your ex? No one can genuinely respond to this but you. On the off chance that you think about them a few times each day, you are in all likelihood not prepared to date yet. Holding up until you are really prepared is the most ideal approach to guarantee that you can absolutely focus on your new love and leave your old love where it should be, in the past. 3. What's more, one final point, ensure that you're not comparing your new lover to your former lover. You have changed and the individual you are dating isn't the same individual you dated previously. They will in all likelihood have a few things you will like about your new lover since they will have similar characteristics. However, they are both very different individuals. Accept the differences between the two and don't compare your new lover to the former. Perhaps the old love wasn't that extraordinary, after all, since you two couldn't make it work. Perhaps the qualities of the new individual will really be a better fit for you. Give things a chance. These tips may make it easier for you to proceed onward totally, so you are spooked by partners past no more. You love them because they're funny. For quite a long time I've heard a great many ladies say after clearly experiencing passionate feelings, "He's so funny and interesting. I simply love that about him." Frequently after somebody has lost a relative, they'll say, "I'll generally remember her grin, the manner in which she smiled, the little jokes she would say to ease the mood." Could it be that we love individuals who have an incredible awareness of what's actually funny? I've generally thought so. Also, presently we have a lot of verification of what most would consider being funny. Humor is something we appreciate most about existence, and, regularly, our loved ones are the ones who make us grin. Luckily for those of us who aren't really clever, humor is entirely subjective. The folks at work may not laugh at your quips, however, in the event that your friends do, well, that is the only thing that is important. For quite a while, no one in the logical world thought a lot about humor. In any case, during the previous 20 years, increasingly more research has been done to study how humor improves our lives. We understand which parts of our brains manage humor. We likewise know when a child begins to build up an awareness of what's actually funny. So don't stop for a second. Let your funny bone appear. When you think something is amusing, don't be reluctant to let it out. Simply figure out first if your comment may be misinterpreted by those in earshot. Humor that is extraordinary, the foot-in-mouth type of humor, is less incredible. Use humor to ease awkward situations. At the point when things around you begin to get tense, a proper laugh and a humorous comment can get anybody back in the groove again. In case you're not normally clever, try to watch kids' shows, read joke books, the giggle lines at the rear of readers' overview, and focus on how scriptwriters set up entertaining circumstances on television. You can figure out how to be more entertaining than you are. Focus on humor and your awareness of what's actually funny will be easy. Regardless of anything else, be somebody who appreciates humor. Do whatever it takes not to cause somebody to feel terrible is usually the key. However, as long as your humor isn't used to be horribly tasteless, give your comedian side a grin. Furthermore, be the one who isn't hard to laugh and roar when somebody truly makes you laugh. A decent giggle can be the best medication you've had throughout the day. I always think part of success is being able to replicate results, taking what is interesting or viable about yourself as a professional person and seeing if you bring it into different situations with similar results. Robert Downey Jr. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to give this video a like and comment down below. Also share this video. Until next time, this is a guide to a man's heart.